this year specifically, MIT has decided to reinstate the SAT ACT requirement. So for context, during the pandemic, they actually did eliminate it. That was mostly because a lot of students didn't have access to AP test centers, and they wanted to try to standardize the playing field. However, they have decided, so some schools have decided to keep the SAT or ACT optional, but MIT has decided to require it again because first they've shown that seeing that standardized tests definitely for MIT helps assess academic preparedness of applicants, and also it does help socioeconomically disadvantaged students who might not have schools that offer APs or IBs and things like that. So that's the reasoning for why MIT is reinstating SAT ACT. And what it means for you is basically that you have to think about when you are able to take the SAT and the ACT or the ACT, because these are only offered so many times a year. So oftentimes people do take the SAT or the ACT multiple times. So you should try to give yourself at least 2 chances to take the SAT or ACT in case the first time doesn't pan out well. So we're going to go look at the scores of the average median SAT scores for MIT. So you can see that for reading and writing, most people, well, not sure about most people, but the majority of people got admitted got between a 750 to an 800. Well, sorry. Okay, I guess like around half, because I'm looking at admit rates. But point is, definitely try to do a competitive score if you can. 750 to 800, so 800 is the max. I personally did test within that score range when I was taking the SAT for MIT and for other schools. But this is not to say that you need that score to get in, it's just that your probability of you getting in is greater if you do well on the SAT. And for math, I think MIT does quite prioritize math, or the people who do apply to MIT do prioritize math. So you can see that unlike reading and writing, where there's like at least some percentage of admits that is scored below 650, math, everyone basically scores above 650. Sorry, I guess 690. So yeah, definitely try to improve your math score if you are not hitting within this range. But again, you can take the SAT multiple times. So it's not the end of the world if you take it and you don't do as well as you want to. You can definitely still retake it, but just make sure you give yourself at least one other opportunity to retake the test. Cool. And for ACT, similarly enough, try to score competitively between 34 to 36.